A professional logo is an important asset for any business. However, hiring a designer can cost anywhere from $50 to $10,000. But what if your budget is pocket lint? Today we're going to discuss 3 steps to help you build a logo for your small business. I created the brand Udderly Strange and I put my designs on products like this and this. It took me months to make my logo, and I'm going to share what I learned. Running a small business is challenging, especially with little to no startup capital. However, through research, brand development, and drafting, you too can create a professional and versatile logo for your brand. All links and timestamps will be in the description below. But before we get started, is making a logo yourself really your best or only option? I highly suggest shopping around for a designer and understand who owns the final product, what your rights will be, and what will be included in their services. Or you could just save time and money by using a template or AI. How about no? First, everyone has access to the exact same templates. Second, templates and AI often struggle to meet the US Patent and Trademark Office requirements. And third, customers can tell. It's hard to trust a brand that has the same delicate line work you've seen about 5 other places this week, or some weird logo that looks like 3 images in a trench coat. It's better to hire a designer than build a brand you can't own or protect, or worse, customers just don't trust. If you still want to make a logo yourself, then step 1 for you is going to be looking at other businesses within your niche. Understand the fonts, shapes, symbols, and colors that appear within your search. How can you use these to your advantage, and what do you need to do in order to stand out? Now, it's important to make sure that your logo is different from the competition, because a similar logo can be very confusing for your customers and may necessitate a rebrand later. So it's best to check social media and the USPTO trademark search. Links will be down below. Next, find a software or a website that works with your skill level. I personally use Procreate as I'm at about an intermediate level with the software, and I own anything that I make in that program. I can also access the files and make changes as needed. Keep this research organized as we move into step 2, because now it's time to work on brand identity. It's important to define and adhere to ideals and aesthetics, as customers trust consistency. A logo is only one piece of a larger puzzle. It's time to determine what your brand personality will be, what the colors are, symbols, keywords, fonts, and messaging tone. Each of these facets will play a role in the larger brand image. Use the information that you found in step 1 to understand how you can stand out. Next, what kind of logo is appropriate for your business? Wix blog discusses the 10 types of logo, while logo.com discusses the variants and the use cases. Those will be down below for you. Utterly Strange has a main icon and a simplified icon. Now, using the research from step 1, bits of brand identity we just made in step 2, it's time to put pen to paper in step 3. Don't try to make a perfect logo the first time. Sketch about 10 to 20 ideas and focus on shape using symbols, letters, and words. Make each sketch different, keep them to about 1 inch in size, and spend only 1 to 5 minutes per sketch. It's important to test concepts and push boundaries at this stage. It's also incredibly important to have other people look at these sketches, as they'll help find flaws and unintended imagery. Some of the initial concepts I had I thought were a slam dunk really weren't, and I'm so glad I had other people looking. Take the best 3 to 5 and repeat the process again. This is how you're going to create a unique, readable, and appealing logo. Once you have one well-developed image, it's time to digitize. Now, I will say keep the original separate and make a duplicate when resizing. You're always going to want to follow the dimensions suggested by either the platform, service, or product you intend to put your images on. This is great advice not just when applying to your logo, but also like if you're a digital artist like me. Helps a lot. For my brand, a 2-headed cow mascot worked the best. But this actually isn't the initial design. This is. Which looks great at this size, but it turns out it wasn't very scalable. As it gets smaller, it gets harder to read. So learn from my mistakes. When designing, identify the important features, here in red, so it was the muzzle, the eyes, and the general shape of the head. Reduce any details, and check the scaling by either looking at it from across the room or at 1/4 inch in size. These tips will help you simplify your design and avoid the mess I made for myself. That's how I arrived at the main logo and the simplified logo. Now, while this took me about 5 minutes to explain, this process took me months to achieve. Through through research, brand development, and drafting, you too can create a versatile logo, but you'll do it much smarter and faster than I did. However, if you can hire a designer, I highly recommend it, as they have the experience, education, skills, and tools to make a professional logo the first time. If you know of any tools, websites, or services other small businesses could benefit from, please leave them in the comments below. Thank you so much for your time. This has been Utterly Strange.